Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. So, apologies for the non-upload yesterday. I don't know what happened. Well, I know that there was an interruption yesterday because of the funeral. And, when I looked on my on-demand, I didn't see it. Well, I didn't see it. They had it in this weird way. I have Cablevision, and I thought the new episodes were going to be at the top, for whatever reason, when you look at the list, and it was all the way at the fucking bottom. So, yeah. But I did get a chance to watch it. I watched it at 6 o'clock in the morning, because for whatever reason I couldn't go back to sleep. And then once I finished watching it, I went right back to sleep, because that episode was... You know what? It was one of those episodes where after I saw it, I was like, you know what? I really don't regret, like, not seeing it. Just a couple of cliff notes, highlights from that episode. Well, Sammy was annoying. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I think at this point, Sammy is always going to be annoying. Because she's just a very, very pushy, controlling, and immature woman. Let's see, Gwen is this one-dimensional character from yesterday, and today's episode too, which I'll get to. But she was just very one-dimensional, very clingy, very like, oh, you know, I want you to be, you know, I want to be your woman, and I'm like, seriously? Wow. I don't know, it's something about that. I want to just give complete power to this man. It's just like, Jesus Christ. For me, I find it to be such a turn off, and it's just, ugh. You know, I'll get more into that today, this episode. Let's talk about Vicki Donovan. No, sorry, Eve Donovan. Kind of mixing up my characters from the Vampire Diaries. Eve Donovan was monologuing the hell out of that episode yesterday, and monologuing it today. And this is what I really want to get to with this whole Eve Donovan thing. Listen, yesterday's episode was, I don't know, I had problems with yesterday's episode, and plus it took Ciara a good minute before she started to believe Claire wasn't responsible for any of that stuff. She still was not there trying to blame her from the bombing thing. And that was another thing that was kind of annoying. So, to be honest, yesterday when I watched it, I was like, you know what, I'm kind of glad. I was like, you know what, I felt like I just didn't really miss that much. And I really didn't. So let's get into today's episode. Let's start off with the continuation of Eve Donovan and her monologuing. Now, she finally gets to the point, after a half an hour, 20 minutes, that she wants to brainwash Ben into killing Ciara. Because, you know, the whole revenge thing for her daughter or her son, or... I think it was her daughter. I don't know, I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, I kind of like... It's not like I fell asleep, but I was just like, can we just get to the point of whatever it is? Granted, I actually like a plan. I like her plan. You know, she's going to get revenge on Ben by not killing him, but by torturing him into killing somebody else. You know, his wife. And I'm like, you know what? I fuck with that plan. I like that plan. That's a very good, solid plan. But 2 days of monologuing about that plan, or just monologuing in general, was just kind of annoying. I mean, she literally went through all of his sins. It's like, you're an evil, evil man. I'm like, okay, sweetheart, listen, we get it. He's bad, he did bad things, and you know what? You're not exactly any better. Yeah, 2 days of that was just a lot. Anyway, she finally says that she's gonna brainwash him, and then she sticks the needle in his arm. He does his whole trying to fight, you know, get out of the restraints. And I was like, bro, we done been through this for like 3 days. this is like enough. Like, unless you got like some hidden adrenaline in there somewhere, you're not breaking out of that. So just stop. Anyway, she sticks him with a needle and says, well, the brainwashing begins, and you know, Vincent is going to be handling that. Now, from what I heard, and I think I've seen, forgot her name, it escapes me, but the woman who plays Blair, it was actually really good to see her again. It was really good to see her again. I love seeing her again. Her voice, her accent, you know, it brought back some really good memories from One Life to Live, the good old days. So it was really cool seeing her again. I just hope they don't underutilize her. Because again, that was just not really a great start. I think I could have swore it was like 3 days of her monologuing at this point, but she finally got somewhere, so yay. Let's see. Oh, Sammy. It's being annoying. What else is new? This is literally what I'm reading from the notes. Allie's not there blaming Sammy for her going to labor early. Sammy just, God, this woman's annoying. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there are people that like Sammy and they find her fun and interesting to watch and watch her diva ways, but like after a while, it just, like the drug just wears off and then it just gets kind of annoying, you know? She's literally sitting there arguing with her daughter as she's in fucking labor, and then when they get into the delivery room, and Allie's like, you know, listen, I want Nicole to be my birthing coach. She just goes off and just non-stop. Like, here's the thing. The sad thing is that I'm trying to see this objectively. So part of me is like, you know what? Listen, it hurts. It sucks that your daughter is rejecting you, especially in her hour and her time of need, towards a woman that she doesn't like and she can't despise. And by the way, constantly sitting there bringing up her ex-porn days, it's like, alright, I'm pretty sure she said that like 3 times. We get it. And, like, another thing, stop fucking, I don't know, like, looking down on sex workers. That's another thing that's just kind of bothering me. But, anyway. What the hell was I? So anyway, after her whining and bitching and everything about how I should be her daughter, you know, I should be her coach, and yada yada yada, I'm her mother, I'm like, alright, shut up, we get it. Eric finally drags her out the room at this point. And I'm like, oh my God, she acts like a 12-year-old. And in the worst way. I mean, with Claire, she acts kind of childish, but it's like, it's not nearly as annoying. It's just more like, wow, they actually let you, like, in the bars and drink and shit. Like, it's more of a joke. But with her, it's just, wow. So anyway, Eric drives her out, and of course she has a temper tantrum. Temper tantrum, just being Sammy, yay, that's kind of annoying now. And Eric is just like, listen, you know, he does his best to calm her down. And, well, long story short, Allie delivers the baby. So, that happens. Eric is like, oh, I feel so bad for, you know, because after Allie delivers the baby, she doesn't hold the baby, and then she feels bad, and then Nicole tries to, like, comfort her and everything, and I'm not even gonna bother to get into the whole holding the baby thing, because I feel like I'm not qualified to, like, talk about that scene. Let's just sit there and say that. So I'm not gonna get into that. After everything is said and done, and you know, Sammy walks back in the room, and Allie's like, pretty much get the hell out. She walks out. Erica's like, I feel bad for Sammy. I'm like, you know what? I would feel bad for Sammy, but I don't, because she makes it difficult. Just put it this way. Oh, and by the way, for anyone who watches my Bold and the Beautiful reviews, I come up with a new term. It's called a Sally. You know who's a Sally in this show? Gwen. And it's sad because I feel like she actually has some sort of potential. But she's too busy clinging on to Jake constantly. Like, on another note, and I know I'm going to go off on a rant a little bit, but on another note, I almost kind of feel bad for Kristen Storm. I think she might still be married to the guy who plays Jake. Because there was one scene, today's episode, one scene, where she starts to make out with Jake, and it's uncomfortable for everyone. And I get it was supposed to be uncomfortable for Gabby, but it became uncomfortable for me too. And I was like, wow, one, I just finished eating, so thank you. Two, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of felt like that wasn't acting anymore. There's a fine line between kissing someone acting and kissing someone like, well, like you're just into them, and I don't mean in the acting way. And I was just like, wow, if you're still married to her, kudos to her, because I've seen some kissing scenes with Maxie and Peter, and they don't nearly drag on as much or is that intimate as what I just saw. And I don't know. Anyway, there was some bickering back and forth between Chad and Gabby. What else is new? And then Gwen shows up and she's like, oh, I want to live in your fancy house with my new boyfriend because he's so much of my boyfriend. And Jake's like, yeah, we're working things out. And I'm like, wow, lady, you are so fucking clingy. And I gotta sit there and say, you are also a Sally. I don't know if I actually claimed that, like, made up that term. I mean, I didn't make up the the clingy part, but I'm pretty sure I made up the Sally term. And she is a Sally. If you don't know what a Sally is a person who is so desperate and clingy and just like, I'm not going to be a strong woman, I'm just going to be your property pretty much. That's what a Sally is. And she is a Sally. Yeah, so, you know, they bicker back and forth. I'm pretty sure I'm just going off on a tangent at this point. But long story short, they move in. Jake and Gwen move into the DeMaros because, Gwen said so, pretty much. And, I don't know, Jake is not there trying to smooth things over with Gabby, which Gabby is just, well, she's just being Gabby at this point. You know, the sad thing is that Gabby actually, she annoyed me a little bit today. But Sammy is just so overwhelming that it's like, it's almost like the stuff that Gabby does is like minor. It's like, you know, this shit used to annoy me. Then Sammy came into town and now you're just you, I guess. So anyway, Jake tries to smooth over stuff with Gabby. Gabby's just like, she's not having it pretty much. Like, also this whole defaulting thing, because Gabby's pretty much, Jake is like, well, since we're not, you know, because Gabby says something along the lines of, you hesitated about something, and Jake was like, you know, I only did that because I thought we were going to be married. And since we're not married, I figured we'd just try to work things out. Wow, Jake, really, bro? So, she's just your default chick. Is this what we're doing in this soap opera? First, you have Justin, that's just the consolation prize, and now you have Gwen, that's just consolation default prize. That's fucking awesome. And that's literally what Gabby said. I'm like, you know what? I give you a lot of shit, Gabby. I really do, but you're spot on. She pretty much is like, wow, that's really romantic. She's just your backup default chick pretty much. And, so I don't know where that's gonna go. I feel like there was more to say. I think it was something along the lines of Chad was bickering with Gabby, and then Chad was like, no, I like her. You know, I like her accent. I was like, I do too, but I'm not gonna lie, that shit is kind of just slowly, somewhat disappearing. Also, Chad kind of warned Gwen, like, listen, I get it. You have ambitions, and you want to kind of move into the family and everything, but just make sure you check your shit, because I'm just not that guy you want to fuck with, pretty much. And so, you know, just point on notice. I don't know, I felt like there was more to this, but, yeah, I think that's actually about it. This one's a little bit longer because I kind of had to, like, do yesterday and this one, and it was sort of the same. And by the way, great job, Rafe. The reason why I sit there and say great job is because, well, Sierra and her mentally 12-year-old niece kind of figured out who kidnapped Ben before you did, so what the hell is with these, like, these towns and the fact that, you know, the citizens always figure out shit before the police. It's Salem, it's Port Charles. What the hell is going on with the damn police department? So yeah, anyway, that's gonna be it. Thank you for watching. I know my review didn't come out yesterday, and I apologize for that. And so, yeah, thank you for watching. Oh, and also, I want to give a shout out. Go my thing. Okay, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. Shakira? Thank you for letting me know. Blair Kramer. Oh my god, I couldn't pronounce her name. Thank you for letting me know about yesterday's episode actually still being on the air. And thank you, Kim, for just being awesome and keeping me in the loop of everything and commenting and liking and stuff like that. So thank you, both of y'all. Thank you. So anyway, have a good day, good night, depending on when you're watching this. Be safe. I will catch you in the next review.